Today we're talking about strategy, A-list strategy, your career, all about what you want to do with your career. By now, I'm in the film industry, been in it for 22 years. I'm a sound mixer, and I do commercials, which is why you don't see me in IMDb, okay? All my earlier stuff, before I did commercials, you'll see that on IMDb. But actually a lot of that stuff is not even on IMDb because it was before IMDb was really collecting this stuff. So commercials is what I love. And it's one of the highest levels of work in the film industry. There's actually like a tier of film industry work that you will learn professional work once you get in the industry and start working in the industry. So at the very bottom of the industry is freebie shoots. Okay, freebie shoots is at the bottom. Actually, look, I can show it to you visually. How fun. Now I know you can't read any of that, because I can't even read any of that, but that's my writing, yes. So, tier of professional work, just for fun, for illustration, there's a ton of this stuff. Freebie stuff, student films, web series, a lot of actors, even like well-known actors are doing web series, but it's all like pretty much $0 or maybe $1,000, not much. Now a lot of people, this is all they can find. And if you're like, I go on Actors Access, I'm looking for stuff. This is all that I'm finding. Backstage, you're gonna find mostly this, because all of the professional stuff, which is up here, which is all of this stuff, none of this stuff you're going to find on Backstage, Actors Access, any of the castings that you can find easily. You won't find any of this stuff on there, you know? So that shows you, or that tells you, this is the same in London, it's the same as in Canada, same in Australia. The reason why this is that it's for efficiency. It's because this is a business. Businesses must run on efficiency. That means that, let's look at how it happens. You guys know exactly how the professional world happens, right? So a job comes in, the director gets awarded the job, the producer that normally works at the director starts working on it with the director on that same day. This is in pre-production. They hire a casting director, okay? So then the casting director very efficiently takes all of those roles in the scripts and brings everybody in to show them to the producer and the director and everybody else, right? And so this has to happen fast. So the reason why it happens fast is because, or the reason why it's like this is because casting directors will contact agents immediately that they have relationships with and say, who do you got that matches these roles? I got this job, here are the roles, who you got? Send it to me, this is the day. That's fast. And that might be only like 2 or 3 days, you guys. They bring everybody in, and they have all the auditions of the people that look the role. Now, if the agent submits somebody that the casting director was, what were you thinking? They might lose business. If the casting director shows people to the producer and director that don't match the description, the producer and director are going to go, what were you thinking? And they will lose business. Everybody's career hinges on their work, obviously. Okay, so this is why it's so efficient. This is why all this stuff is secret, because how you get on this stuff is through the agent submitting you. And all of that work with the agents, and the agents only get access. It's only the agents that get access to all this secret work through the breakdowns in the United States. Now there's different lists in different countries, but it works the same way everywhere. They don't do open call castings for TV shows, feature films, commercials, the big stuff. They don't do open call. That would take them days. So they do it in a very efficient manner. This is why you won't see it, because you're not meant to see it until an agent submits you. There's efficiency to the process. Make sense? Make sense? It's good. It's get it factor, right? Okay, so that's why, all right? So this is what you have access to out there on the internet. So if you're looking for auditions, what you're going to find is a lot of this. And this is what you might think, hey, this is all that's out there. But no, there's a lot of stuff out there. It's all happening invisibly, even if you're in Philadelphia, even if you're in Columbus, Ohio, even if you're in Omaha, Nebraska. there's stuff happening, like music videos. This is paid stuff. It could be low budget stuff, like indie films. This is not really in order. The top, I'll put the top up there. It's TV shows, and you're gonna feature some commercials at the top, but there's news, there's local news, but there's also international news. These are the people that are traveling all over the world covering what's happening in the world. I did that work. I've done indie feature films, I've done music videos, and I've done freebies. I work for UCLA, USC, AFI, and I worked for freebie stuff in South Africa too. So I did that work. It's not bad to do this work. It's just that a lot of people think that this is all the work there is. They know that there's stuff out there higher in the tier, but they don't know how to get to it. And they have no idea how to make those connections for it. That's what we're talking about today, by the way. We're going to get there, don't worry. So there's news. There is soap operas. Yeah, there's people that make their living completely on soap operas. People that make their whole living on international news. People that make their whole living just on indie films. They don't even go into these other sectors. Then there's talk shows. Oh, there's a lot of those. There's a ton of those. Then there is, what else is there? Oh, there's sports. I know people, I worked for the NBA. I worked for NFL Films. The people I worked with, that's all they did. They just travel around the world. They go to the Olympics, and they go to the playoffs and the finals covering sports. You can work in sports. You can be an editor for sports. You can be a shooter for sports. You can be do sound for sports, okay? Great. And then at the top, near the top is, well, there's reality TV. Actually, this is more down there. This is hard work. Reality TV, hard work. But it's good work. You get really good and you get fast. So reality TV is not bad. Then there's also features that are more reality shot. Now that's actually, so if you've done reality, don't go, oh, poo-poo reality. You can get into feature films with your reality TV experience. Yeah. Then there's scripted TV. Scripted TV, which is Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. I know everybody's probably really excited about that. You can get into that. And then at the very top, there's union feature films. Union feature films. And there's commercials. And I know it's like, oh, commercials, really? Yes. The money is there. The jobs are there. The nicest people are there. The travel stuff is there. The budgets are frickin' there. Because the whole economy, no matter where you are, runs on commercials and business. Everything is business, you guys. Everything's about business. This is about art. But you can stay in theater and do art. You can stay in the freebie world and just make no money in the actual professional industry, but you guys are all here because you want to get into the professional, paid professional industry so you can quit your job and go full-time into the film industry as that's what you do for a career. Okay, so that's all that I know. I don't know about freebie stuff. I don't care about freebie stuff. All I care about is making a career doing what we all love to do. Acting, principal roles, not background, principal roles. Writing for TV shows, for features, for talk shows, for soap operas, for indie films, big one for writers, but TV shows, huge. I know some TV writers. Yeah, you can get into that. Selling your ideas for TV stuff. So writers, DPs, directors, sound mixing, art department, production design. If you're artistic, you can do production design. Make a lot of money. That's like $900,000 a day. That's where you're designing the whole set. And then art department is huge. There's like 10 or more people in that department. That's awesome because you can learn in the art department, make $500 a day while you are learning all about this job, seeing other people make mistakes and learning and growing yourself when it doesn't cost you anything, and just move right up to being art director, production designer, head of the art department. That's a key role. Keys mean the people that are running the department. I'm a key. The DP's a key. The production designer is a key. The head writer is a key. Director, well, the director's the director. Or in my case, the shoot that I did on Friday, there was 2 directors. That's fine. It was so funny. They would like tag team the actors. They'd be like, one of them director, I don't know if this is good or bad. I was kind of thinking, I don't know about this. But they've been working together for a long time. And I think that that's how they work. One of them gives their version. We're trying to do a comedy thing. You guys will see it. It's really funny. It's for US Cellular. And it's this couple in a nursery pretending that they're on vacation. Like they're taking selfies of themselves with the US Cellular phone, that they're like, oh, on vacation, but they're really in a nursery. And then there's a guy in the background with a hose that's working at the nursery, and he's just like kind of getting in their shot and in like just like a weirdo guy. So you'll probably see this in like 3 weeks. You might see it. So let me know if you see it. Anyway, so back to how the directors were working with the talent. One director would give them a bunch of flavors, and then the other one would come with something different. And they go back and forth like that, which was good because they're getting different kinds of performances with 2 different brains, right? Okay, so all of the jobs that you guys want, acting, writing, directing, producing, hair, makeup, sound, effects, special effects, makeup, editing, that's all here. This is where you're going to make your career. And by the way, you can work in TV, and then you can do a job where you work in sports. I did. I was working in commercials. I was working in promos. That's not even on here. Promos. Here, we'll put that right here. Promos. See, there's areas of the film industry that you don't even know about. You haven't ever even heard about so much. There's press junkets. There's entertainment TV. See, this is more stuff. People make their living just in this. There's documentaries. Okay, just look at all of these different ways you can make money, and you can do your career in any of these, and you can move around in them. By the way, you can start off in documentaries, work on a music video, do some local news, go back and do a corporate video, another one that's not on here. Why do I have corporate video? That corporate video, that is not anybody's goal. However, you can be on that thing, get a chance to operate a red camera, and then that leads you straight into an indie feature film. That's what happened to Alicia. So she didn't even go to film school. She was a professional corporate person. She does the A-list program. She gets on a corporate video, and the DP goes, I really like you. Hey, would you like to be my AC on this film coming up? She's like, but I don't know camera. He goes, well, I'll show you everything. I'll teach you everything this weekend that you'll need for this job. Of course, that's not everything. There's a lot to learn for camera operating. Still, it's about personality. It's not about talent so far. He didn't even know if she'd be good at pulling focused. He didn't know if she'd be good at lining up a shot. He didn't care, right? So, yeah. On one hand, it's like, damn it, that's what I learned at film school, and these people should not be getting these jobs. On the other hand, is if you're A-list, you're going to be focusing on the most important thing, getting good and getting these opportunities and growing these opportunities. All right, make sense? So you can work in all of these. You will work in indie films, you work in commercials, work in TV, and then you're going to decide. You'll all decide, oh, I really want to stay in scripted TV. And then you're going to start building your connections in scripted TV. You know, whatever it is for you, okay? You'll build your connections there, and it'll be mostly people that work there, and then you're just going to keep getting the calls, and they come in as emails these days, again and again and again and again for that kind of work. And so there's part 1 is getting into your niche, the acting, writing, directing. Okay, that's part 1, getting into that niche. Part 2 is getting into the kind of work that you want to do. Could be documentary, could be feature films, could be TV shows, and you don't even have to know it all right now, you guys. It's going to take you probably a year to get enough experiences, and all these experiences have to be on actual film sets, that's how you get the experiences, to know. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I just love this. And you might be surprised what it is. You might find out you love working for the NBA, and being there on game floor. You don't know, you know? I never thought I'd be in commercials. When I started, I thought it was wildlife films. That's not even on here. There's a lot that's not even on here, you guys. This is most of it, though. But as you can see, there's a lot of frickin' work. Entertainment industry is huge. Web stuff that's not even on here. That's huge. You know? And it pays money these days. Getting eyeballs is where it's at. Okay, so that's good. By the way, you can see my infinity pool back there. Barely. This is a infinity pool. It's totally blue and it's beautiful, but it doesn't show up there. Well, anyway, you may be swimming in there at some point. Just warning you. And there's like a place that you can launch off and go into the deep end, which is right in front of us. Okay, awesome. I'm going to show you something just to make it. I showed this yesterday. Show it again today. Okay, this is Crystal, who is also in our Film Connection group with you guys. You can ask her questions. So she's moving into being a producer. She wants to be a producer. She's starting to get coordinating work, you guys. And she is totally in demand from this A-List program. So she says, it's March 13. The last 15-ish days, here are the job offers I've gotten. Not shown are 2 phone call job offers. Most of them I had to turn down because I was already booked the days they needed me. Now here's the most important part. Guys, I was afraid to jump into A-List at first because I never had the thought of working project to project. See, a lot of people think about getting in the film industry like, oh, if I get a professional shoot. And they don't pictualize and visualize it in their head as working on one shoot to another shoot to another shoot. You got to know what you're building. That's the point. That's how you get the career. You will make way more freaking money in the film industry being freelance when you're working project to project than you will, most likely, in the professional world, even if you're a nurse or a doctor. You'll make way more in the film industry because film industry pays really well. I'm going to show you that today. But she put off because she's like, I'm so afraid to leave that guaranteed paycheck. She worked at Costco, you guys. And now she sees, holy shit, this is what it's like. It's like, these are the offers she's getting. This is just in the last 15 days. She screenshotted them. One of them came in through Staff Me Up. In A-List, we show you how to make a profile in Staff Me Up and other places. Now, this is not how you get work, you guys, is through Staff Me Up and through postings. All of the stuff, all the good stuff, all these call sheets, this is not Staff Me Up. But there's just some that do come in that way, especially in the minor markets, like Dallas is a minor market. So somebody found her and said, hey, you got a great profile. Are you available? Another person, I'm on a job. I'm a PA on a job right now. This is a referral. Okay, remember this right now. 50 people who hire you, 50 consistent people who hire you, 50 people, consistent people who refer you, and 20 people who are your team. You're going to use that in a moment. But just to show you, this is somebody who doesn't know Crystal and and was referred to Crystal. There's no other way that person got her name. She was referred to Crystal. Here's somebody that knows Crystal. Hey, any interest in camera PAing? Again, you know, somebody that if you want to work in the camera department, or if you're a director, oh, perfect. Or if you're an editor, perfect. Or if you're anything, it doesn't matter. It's great to work in the camera department. Here's another one, checking your availability. Here's the shoot days. Now this is somebody who's hiring her, who's already worked with her. And then she says, no worries, I understand. Thanks, girl. Again, she knows her. Also, if you're free today, somebody dropped and they're looking for a PA to cover. Say, hey, you're not available for that, but can you come in today? I'd love to see you. Oh, that's right. Good stuff. We got more. Are you available Saturday to Thursday? That's a pretty big job. Holy shit, that's like 6 days. Live event. Okay, I wanted to try to get one of you guys in it. So here's somebody trying to hook her up with more money. Why do people do that? Because they love you. You get relationships with people who love you. These same people will hire you in your craft, you guys. This is what I want you to get. These people will hire Crystal in her craft as a producer. If she wanted to do camera, they'd hired her for camera. You're making these relationships that will grow into people hiring you for the next 20 years. This is how it happens. This is how it's happened for me. This is how it happened for DPs that are working today, for actors, for writers. This is how it works. So this is great for you to see from the real life. And this just happened just a couple days ago that she posted all this. Nobody's ever posted this before. But we have this happening all the time with our mentors, that's the whole purpose of this program, to become in demand. Oh, here's somebody. Hey, another referral. I got your information. I believe you worked with my husband recently. See, family members refer you. Hey, girl, are you available tomorrow? This is somebody that hires her. This is a referral. This is somebody who hires her. Here's another one, somebody who hires her. Are you available to PA tomorrow in Dallas? Available Monday through Wednesday, another one. Hey, are you available for a Fort Worth? Are you available 13 to 15? People want her the same days over and over and over. Back-to-back work. Here's an executive producer. Do you think that would be a good connection to work with this person? Want to see if you're available for a shoot on the 23rd. Let me know. So this person reaches out to her. Then you're on set. You talk to that person. You have great conversations with that person. Yet they become endeared to you. Then they hire you for your craft. This is the way it works. These are real people. We're not talking about freebie films. We're talking about paid professional work. Here's another, here's more. More and more and more. Are you available? Blah, blah, blah. Producer contacting her. Notice how we got different kinds of people contacting her. Executive producer, producer. Here's a shoot in Vegas. They want to know if she wants to work as a local. So this will happen as well, you guys. Once people know you, they want you to work. They're like, they could be calling somebody in Vegas. No, they're contacting somebody in Dallas because they know her. This is somebody who hires her. Make sense? This is so good for you to see. So good. Now you can visualize yourself having this happen. Here's a coordinator. This is somebody that Crystal was referred to. Because otherwise she'd say, hey, are you available? No, she's introducing herself. I got your number from so-and-so. Right, exactly. One day shoot. Here's another one. I'm a coordinator on a new show called blah, blah, blah. We're shooting a very big, long shoot. Look at this shoot. What's your availability? Are you local? Can you drive this? Can you do that? These people. Look, this is professional work. This person, you make these relationships, and this is how you're going to have work for the next 20 years. Not doing production assistant work, you guys. You use this to meet all these people. You can see from all these posts, like 15, 16 posts, for multiple day shoots, anywhere from 6 to like, wow, 20 days. You can see that you're meeting so many people that are going to be just integral to your career. Integral. Am I saying that right? Yeah, you can see it now. So she's getting coordinating work. She's moving into production. This wealth of knowledge and wealth of contacts, how is she going to use it, you guys? How is she going to use it? How is she using it? Oh, she's reaching out to all these people. Her list is massive, massive. Probably by now, she's probably got 1,000 people now. And she reaches out to them. She's like, hey, I'm coordinating now. Let me know if you need me. Happy face. That's all she's going to say. That's all she's going to say, you guys. You know? And they're going to be like, that's great to hear. Congratulations. And then some of them, they'll be working with other coordinators. But some of them are going to be like, oh, Crystal, I've got this lower budget shoot. It's going to be lower budget. You know why? You know why it's going to be lower budget? It's not going to be a big union commercial, probably. Although she did do a big union commercial. It will be lower budget because she's got to get good at it. She's got to get her feet wet. And that's perfect. That's just one day, one job, lower budget job. I'll take it all day long. You're like, that's better for me. I'm learning. I'm getting my stuff. I'm getting fast. I'm getting the drill. I'm getting to know stuff. Even though you've been working in it, there's still a lot to learn. So, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, excited about that? Yeah. So, Matthew, I'm going to be talking about the A-List program and how exactly that system works. How that system works to get you experience. Because what if you don't have any experience? Well, that's not a problem. And what if you do have experience, but you're still not getting jobs? It's always one of the two. Don't have experience at all, but know you want to change your life. That was me, by the way. Or have experience, even getting the work, but I don't know how to move into acting, the writing. I don't know how to move into where I really want to go. A lot of people are in that situation. So many people. And both need the A-List system. And the people that are already working out there, I'm going to tell them, and you're not having these conversations, there's some information you're missing, obviously. Because if you had it, you'd be working swiftly in those departments. And is it easy? Is it easy? I would say it's easy. Is it hard? I wouldn't say it's hard either. It's just a shift. It's just a shift in the way that you're approaching it and the thoughts coming into your head, your intention, the conversations you're having out there. It's like the doors open up. Biggest problem that people have. Debt from school, debt from life anchors them to a job that's unfulfilling. It could be a good job, a good paying job that makes it even, in a way, worse because you got to give that up and not know how much you're going to make in the film industry. You got to build this thing. However, from yesterday, you found out that you can make $200 a day, 15 days a month, pretty much make that $3,000 a month, which isn't bad. That's pretty darn good for entry level where you get in and you meet everybody. You know film work pays well, but you don't know how to get work in your craft. That's the whole point. Everybody's here to get work and move quickly up into their craft in a business that is entirely word of mouth, which is why you're having the difficulty in getting in because it's all these people that know each other already. How do you get in there? Well, that's the whole point. So if you're looking for one point, one reason, one thing you can do, it doesn't really exist, you guys. If it did, you'd just do it and you'd already be in. So this is sort of like a process. It's sort of like an art. It's something that you build and that you create. And we've got this nailed down. And you can do this. And it's money. It's money because what you're learning leads to money because it leads to paid work in the film industry. That's the whole point. And then moving into these craft jobs that pay $500, $600, $700 a day, that's the whole point. Okay, so what do you need the most so that you can have a career as a writer, as an actor, as a director? Here's what you need. You need a volume, lots of relationships with people who hire you and refer you, just like Crystal. That's what you need. And then you need to use these relationships to find mentors and people who will help you, teach you, and refer you into the crafts. That's what you need. It's those two things, just to get it super clear in your mind so that you can kind of relax on this thing. And you might be like, well, it's so simple. And it might be like, oh, aha, yeah, I can see I haven't been doing that. Everybody focuses on learning the craft. If I become really good at directing, if I become really good at writing, if I become really good at acting, you know, and what's behind that thought is, I'm not sure if I'm good enough. I'm not sure if I'm talented enough. You guys, talent is overrated. Talented is overrated. There are so many people that are not that talented that are working all the frickin' time. And there's so many people that are super frickin' talented, really talented, that don't work enough and they want to. They want to. So what's missing? It's this. Relationships with people. This is a business that runs on relationships, professional relationships with people who either hire you or refer you. We just saw a perfect example of that. And then you use these relationships to have these people help you, teach you, and refer you work. and refer you work for the next 20 years in your craft. You're going to be working with these same people for the next 20 years. You can move, now here's a question you guys might have, you can move really fast into these crafts. You can do it in 3 months, you can do it in 6 months, you can do it in 1 year. You might want to have it take a while where you're building all these relationships, where you're working as camera assistant, where you're working as director assistant. Oh yeah, you're getting inside there. Once you move into the craft, you lose that opportunity to work and meet all these people. So you want to make sure you got enough of them, right? See, this is like the little clue that you'll never learn in film school. You'll never learn this on the internet. And actually, if you ask professionals, they won't even really have thought about it enough to even point this out. This is what you need to do. They'll just say, oh, everybody starts as a PA. And you're like, well, that's not helpful because I don't want to be a PA. They're like, well, everybody starts as a PA. And you're like, well, okay, great. And then you're like, but all I hear is how people get stuck as a PA. And yeah, you will not get stuck as a PA. You know why? Because we don't do what other people do. We think differently here. I worked as a PA maybe for like, I don't know, 6 months, right? And then I moved swiftly into my craft. How did I do that? Because I vectored, I'd focus. I knew who I got obsessed with my craft, who I wanted to meet, what I wanted to do, and I went after it like a mofo. There are no rules in the film industry, you guys. This is the best thing you'll ever hear. I'm telling you, because you're not going to hear this from other people. I'm telling you. There are no rules. You can go as fast as you want. Nobody's looking to see how much experience you have as a production designer, as a DP, as a sound mixer, as an actor. Actor, you think you have to get all this training in improv. You're putting up all these hurdles in front of yourself. I got to do this, I got to do this, I do this before I'm good enough, and then hopefully, no, you don't need to spend the money. You don't have to you don't put these hurdles up in front of yourself. Get out there and just see and learn the business that you want to be successful in. And let's see what you can do. Yeah, you might have to take acting class, of course. In fact, you might be taking acting classes all the time, but do the ones that are the ones that the working actors are doing. Those are the best ones, right? Do the ones that people that are professionals are doing, not just acting, but the writing, the screenwriting, the directing stuff. You know, there's not like there's that many even classes even out there, because once you're on the film set, you learn everything on the film set. Acting is one exception, though, because you need to be in class to keep those acting chops up. Here's another thing. If you're like, I don't know if I'm good enough as an actor, I got to take all these classes. Who are you to decide whether you're good enough or not good enough? Maybe you don't know. You don't know what they want. You don't know what they're going to be like, that's perfect. You know? So put yourself out there. It's going to always be your personality that's going to get you all the work, you guys. You'll learn the job good enough from other people that are doing the job on set. You'll learn it good enough. I know my job good enough to get a ton of frickin' work, but that's not what gets me the work. I can do the job. What gets me the work is this energy that I've built, that I've practiced, that we're talking about, you know? Because, yeah, it's one thing to have the energy when you're at your house, but when you're on the film set, when you're talking to people, when the shit goes down, you know, when you have those little opportunities, that's when you have to have that energy too. And a lot of it is backed up with Get It Factor. This is what you will learn as well. You back it all up with Get It Factor, meaning you understand. I understand the pressure that director has, how they want to articulate something, what concerns they have, and I will help them. You know how I'll help them? Because I've been paying attention, and you will pay attention too, you're paying attention, I will word things in a way that they can repeat it. What they're interested in, I'll say it just like that. I won't say, oh, there's a problem. And then they're like, oh, problem. I'll say, oh, well, here's the situation, here's what we can do. And then I'll say it in a very short way. Remember, on the film set, efficiency is super key. In a very short way that they can just repeat that and everybody go, oh, okay, I get that. That sounds good. Made them look good, made me look good, made the producer look good, made the executive producer look good. That's why I get hired all the time. You're going to learn this, but you can only learn it by paying attention and by thinking this way. We're not thinking about, how can I get people to like me? We're not thinking like that. How do I get people to hire me? We're not thinking like that. That's desperate. we're thinking about doing a great job for all these people that we're working with. All professional work, all these people that have careers, because we love this craft. And we get to do something creative and make a ton of freaking money doing it. So if you're, as you're listening to me thinking, yeah, I just want the jobs, just want the jobs. No, you don't. You don't want the jobs yet. You will get the jobs, but you want to make sure that you're thinking this way so that you become like Crystal, in demand, and have all these relationships lined up so that you can use them to move into your craft. That's smart. So, does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, good. Great. Okay, back to this presentation. And we're getting more people on. We're actually growing in numbers here. That's cool. Like that. All right, let's go. What did I do to create my career? What did I do that was different? Well, it was 100% focus on getting jobs on professional sets. Okay, initially I did a little bit of freebie work, and I will recommend that you do that too to get fast, get your hand on the equipment, get your hand on those cameras. You can make mistakes, you can get your foot in the shot, you can knock over a C-stand, you can fuck it up. It won't cost you a thing. Although the whole time you'll be like, oh, 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 but that's okay, because that's good too. Learning how to handle that pressure is also good. But then is all professional sets after that. Using the experience to get on professional sets. 100% focus on people in the departments related to my craft. So for actors, who do you need to know? You need to know producers. You need to know directors. Those are your buyers. You need to know casting directors. Yeah, you can get in that audition room again and again and again. Remember, people will become endeared to you. You'll say, hey, I'd love to be involved in casting. They will bring you there. They'll give you a job associated with that. If you're a writer, who do you need to know? Oh, producers, directors. You need to get in the writing room. You need to get referred to a literary agent. Everybody knows literary agents. Everybody knows acting agents. Everybody can refer you this work. Yes, we're doing what other people aren't doing with major focus, vectoring. And you ask unique questions. Okay, I'm going to show you something very soon that's really going to show you the power of this. But we don't ask questions like, oh, how did you get where you're at today? They don't have time. Everybody asks them the same question. It's a lazy question. We don't ask lazy questions. What we do is we're out there working on professional sets, getting paid, making $3 grand a month. At the same time, we're directing, if that's what we want to do. It depends on what you want to do. At the same time, you are doing your craft outside, and maybe it's on very low budget shoots, but you're doing it. Like as a director, you're going to be directing. And if you're a shooter, that's a term we use, or you're DP, okay. If you're a DP, then you're going to be doing low budget stuff. At the same time, you're working on sets. If you're an actor, you're going to be acting on low budget stuff. At the same time, you're working on these professional sets. You're going to have a ton of really great questions to ask people. And they're going to be specific, good questions. And that's how you will develop mentors. So it worked. What I did worked. Now you saw my story yesterday, hopefully. And if you didn't, then that's not even out there yet, you guys. I've got to edit that, but I was in training all day yesterday. But I'll put it up there, okay? And actually, the first day I gave you my story. Did I even talk about my story yesterday? No, I did not even. That's like the first day, Wednesday. So you have that video. Okay, you have that video. All right, so it worked. Okay, and just to boil it all down, here's what worked. 50 core people who consistently call you to hire you. 50 core people who refer you. A director can refer you work. If you're a DP, an editor can refer you work. If you are if you're a producer, all the positions can get referred work from all other different positions and people doing the same job. Sound mixers refer other sound mixers. Writers refer other writers. First assistant cameras refer other first assistant cameras. And they refer DITs, and they refer second assistant cameras, and they refer camera car, and they refer Steadicam, okay? This is huge. This is something you may not have been thinking about. And then 20 people who are your team. Now, who would be your team? It would be your accountant, it would be your agent, if you have a job that requires an agent. My job, being a sound mixer, head of the sound department, we don't have agents. But DPs have agents. When you get to that level, if you're an actor, an agent could be your manicurist, could also be your workout person, could also be people that are in departments that help you do your job really well when the shit hits the fan. Yes. So for instance, you've got a shoot, you've never done it before, you call people on your team that are in other departments that can help you do a better job. Huge, you guys. Most people don't do any of this. This is why they're stuck. They're in the film industry and they're stuck. Or even worse, they're in the film industry and they don't have enough work. So they have to pick up another job. Lots of people like that. Not you, because you're here learning the A-list system. For lifelong work, you're going to be doing this. These are core people. Now you're going to know thousands of people, but 50 core people in each of these categories. Okay, so here's how this framework got created. All right, this framework got me working on big stuff, feature films, all the big stuff. It got me taking control of the speed of my career. So instead of waiting for somebody to give me a shot, I'm doing it, and you will be doing it too. This has 400 A-listers every year doing this method, all around the world. Canada, London, Toronto, Vancouver, Sydney, and all of the United States. We're also in Europe too. And they're making 40 to 100,000 or even more on major stuff. So your career is no longer a guessing game. You are in control. That's so good. Here's 6 mistakes that keep you from a career, and you may be making these mistakes right now. So now you'll be able to see, oh shoot, I've been doing this, and that's why I'm not getting the success I want. By success, I mean paid professional work. That is the whole point. Paid professional work moving into the niches. Okay, here's the framework to turn it around as well. Okay, biggest mistakes is that people waste years on freebie shoots. Remember, that's the lowest tier, and there's a lot of that stuff, and you can find it, but it doesn't get you anywhere, really. Classes, trying to work on your craft. I know you're interested in directing classes. I know it's fun to take writing classes. You can do that, but do it once you're already in the film industry and go to the stuff that professionals are doing. When you do this stuff from the outside, you're wasting time. Writing scripts with no connections to get them seen. Again, it's good you're writing scripts. It's great you're writing scripts if you're a writer. You must do that. However, the mistake that you're making is you must get into the professional industry so you have people to look at your scripts and to shoot your scripts. The professionals are all connected. They can take it to the level that you want to take it to. They can shoot it and make it into something. When you don't have those connections, you can't do that. A lot of people think that buying gear gets them in. It's not true. The gear that you can afford to buy is going to be more consumer. The stuff that we're using is a $100,000 camera with $20,000 lenses, with $200 filters, and that kind of stuff. So this is a whole nother ballgame. You know, my equipment is $500,000. Took me a long time to accumulate all that stuff, but I accumulated enough initially, and my initial package was 30 grand. If you think that that's a lot of money, no, it's not a lot of money if you're working all the time. You make that money fast. I made $85,000 my first year in the film industry in LA. So that 30 grand, boom, it just got done. It's done. It's done. So you can do that too. See, you need to set different goals, new goals. The gear that you can buy before you're in the industry, it's not the right gear. Okay, so don't buy your gear until you get in the film industry, work, and then you find out what you should buy. Okay, makes sense? Spending time on zero budget films. Now this could be directing your own films, and they're low budget. In a year, you're doing a job that's unrelated to the film industry, and you're doing your passion. This is good. This is good. It's just that when you're on the outside, it's never going to lead you to the inside. You know why? Because everybody in the professional world hires each other. They don't look outside. And the film festivals are more for people that are all on the outside trying to get in the inside, but most of them will go 10, 20 years and never get inside. So those are really not the good connections. You just must get inside. You just must get inside, you guys. This A-list program, this A-list system gets you inside immediately. Immediately. We don't waste any time. And again, as I said, there are no rules. You can move really fast. Who's to say you can't do it in 6 months? Start directing in 6 months and getting paid to do it. You can. Second unit, web series, you can start DPing. Sure you can. You can do whatever you want. With the right intention, you can do it. With the right goal, you're going to do it. And then the sixth one is submitting to film festivals hoping to get discovered by somebody. And again, this is what I just talked about. We don't hope to get discovered. We don't look for the lucky shot. We take control of our career and we get good on what we're passionate about. Make sense? So they're missing the core, which is the power of building work in your niche. Remember, it's in your niche. Writing, acting, directing, from being on professional sets. Yes, all the time. Not like once a month. All the time. That means you've quit your job and you're making your living in the film industry. Something that probably nobody in your family has done successfully or done at all, but you're doing it. They will support you once you're making money in the film industry. That's when they do it. They won't support you until they see you making money, working with all these celebrities that they no. They're like, holy shit, you just worked with Tyler Perry? What? You just worked with Jennifer Lawrence? What? Get her autograph. And then they'll start saying, hey, can you hook me up? Can you get me a job? And you're like, you have no idea what I have done to be able to create this person, which is you, to be able to make this all happen. Because you'll know what you've done. If you want a simple way to get a professional career, you must create a structured way to get work in your niche. I see a lot of people just trying this, trying that, hoping this works, hoping they get discovered. It doesn't work that way. A structured way so that you're consistently doing the right thing every day. You know that. Consistent workouts means you get results. Consistently approaching the film industry in the same way gets you results. And you do this, the whole time you're doing this, you're making money from the film industry. That's the beauty of this. So the A-list system, and it really is a system, it's professional work only, meaning paid professional work, feature films, promos, music videos, commercials. It's hands-on, so you're learning hands-on. You're not learning in a class, you're learning there on set during the program. You're getting paid while you're learning. Oh, beautiful. And while you may have studied this already, but you're going to learn it at a whole much more in-depth, real level when you're there on these professional sets, because the budget is there and you've got people that have been doing it for 10 or 20 years. To get paid while you learn from these people, it's film school for free. It's film school while you get paid. So much better. It's a beautiful thing, you guys. It's just a beautiful thing. This system is a beautiful thing. And it puts you in proximity to people who hire you. Proximity is power. That's a well-known fact. Who you're next to is power. You are in proximity because you're inside with people who will hire you for the next 20 years and refer you and teach you. And you're modeling people who are successful because you're watching them. You're seeing how they talk. You're seeing what words they use. You're seeing how they speak to the director. You're watching this. And it doesn't cost you anything. In fact, you get paid the whole time and you're absorbing it. And then you're incorporating that into the way that you roll. This is how you learn. Oh, it's so beautiful. It works because proximity is power. Film professionals hate their brains picked. They do, believe me. They're approached by millions of people now. There's film schools everywhere. Every college has got a media program. There's so many actors out there. They are bombarded. This is why you get kind of a sour response sometimes. But once you're inside, they love to help. Everybody hires from the inside, not the outside. People get endeared to you, meaning they care about you very quickly because you're inside. It's not like you have to prove anything. You're just there helping them. So that's why they get endeared to you. Once you're inside, it's not going to feel like it is right now. Okay? Especially when you do it the A-list system way. And you blast your career forward because, guess what? They like you. They like you. They can hire anybody. They like you. So you're going to be working on real stuff. Like this is some of our people working on real stuff, doing camera, casting, coordinating, editing, a lot of these niche jobs that we want to get into. Isabel just got upgraded as an NBC nighttime talk show producer. This just happened. She just texted me. Actually, when we were on the call on Wednesday, I got the text. She's a producer. Guys, that's awesome. She was making $78,000 a year. Now she's making more because she got a promotion. I don't know how much. I should have asked her how much, but it doesn't matter. It's great money. And this is what she was not in the film industry at all. She had been trying. She'd been doing student films. She'd gone to film school, and she'd been trying. Then she's like, this is not working. I need to do something more. And then she did A-List, and now look at where she's at from A-List. We just shot an interview with her about a month ago, and it's not even out there. We've got so many freaking interviews, you guys. They're not even out there, but I got to put that one out there. Goran was a commercial real estate guy. Now he's a DP. We have an interview that I just looked at yesterday. Again, it's not out there. Not that one, where he was paid $2,800 to work for 3 days. And he got flown. It was a travel job. He worked on location, so they put him in a hotel, they flew him, everything, all expenses paid. Parker came from a small town. So if you're in a small town in the UK, a small town in Canada, you can drive to you can drive to where the film shoots are happening, and you will eventually end up in a big market. Now she started in Columbus. She started getting work all around Ohio, including Cleveland, and then she moved to LA with a connection she made when she was working in Ohio. That's the way it works, you guys. Where you live now, people will come in there to shoot, and you will get connections with them. Lyra had a really strong Russian accent. She still has an accent. And she also wasn't even supposed to be able to work here. She did this program. She was in New York City. Now she's working in all of these departments. She's totally in demand, and she's worked with Scorsese, Spielberg, big stuff, big TV shows. Ariana, Boston. A lot of people are like, Massachusetts. Yes. You don't know what's going on in your markets, you guys, not until you get inside. Clara in the UK, working on major stuff. Acting is her main interest, but she gets camera work from her acting. She gets acting work from her camera work. Ashley started in Seattle, now in LA. If your goal is to move to LA, then this is perfect. Samuel in Texas, working on big stuff. Working on National Geographic as well, and he doesn't even have it on here. Sparkman was a cocktail waitress, also an actor. And she's worked in casting as a director, assistant, editor, and directing. Big shows. Isn't It Romantic? She was the director assistant. That's awesome, you guys. So here are some of the jobs. $450 to $10,000 a day. These are some of the departments, really, is what they are. And these jobs are all craft jobs. These get you into the union, then you qualify for medical, retirement, and savings. You get savings. You don't qualify for savings. You get savings. So hold on. I've got to show you the next page, which I've got to bring up. Okay, I'm going to get the link. Okay, hold on. I will grab that just in case. You guys doing okay? Doing good. 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 Good, good. I'm about to share my screen again. Okay, good. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So this is a showbiz labor guide. This is for the United States, but there's something like this in Canada and in the UK and in Australia. But the point of this is just to show you how established this business is and seeing what people are paid. So look at where we are at the top up here. I don't know if you can see that, but we're way up here. Just look at how many jobs there are. Now you can see that little thing moving down. Look at how many jobs. This is a very established business, you guys. So many jobs. Every job, they have it wired. They have the union contract down. And there's a ton of jobs. These same jobs exist all over the world. All of this is the same in the UK. It's the same in Canada. It's all the same. Let's look at, these are all the unions. Camera union, DP job, $112 an hour for 8 hours. We don't do 8-hour days. We do 12-hour days or 14-hour days. So that means it's $800, or like more like $850 for 8 hours. From 8 to 10 is time and a half. From 10 to 12 is time and a half. Over 12 is double time. So at 14 hours, a DP is making, this is just union minimum, okay, is making around $1,600, $1,700. It's pretty good money. They cannot get paid less than that. And then there's also camera operator. That's what Goran's doing. There's stills photographer. There's first AC and second AC. We don't actually say photographer. We say assistant camera. But this is just from the union contract, and they used to call it that, so they keep it like that. It doesn't really matter. Then there's DIT. There's loader. We don't shoot film hardly anymore. Probably once a year I shoot film. But that's the loader rate, $40. So that's $40 for 8. So that's like $500 for 10. And for 12, it turns out to be around $700 because it's for 12. Yeah, from 10 to 12 is time and a half, and then over 12 is double time. So it's typically all the jobs, you guys, all of those jobs on that one page I just showed you that are craft jobs, minimum is like $450 for 10. For 12, because it's time and a half from 10 to 12, it's around $650, $700. Okay? So that's how much all these jobs are. Now, if you're working, and you should be working from the A-List system at least 15 days a month, now this is just broadcasting into the future, that's around 10 grand a month. That's pretty good. And it's only going to go up from there. We've only just begun, because those are the first entry-level jobs into the craft. When you get into higher level jobs, like every department has got higher level jobs. Like you start in camera possibly as a second AC, making $700 for 12. Okay, that's the lowest position in the camera department. Okay, sorry, that's what you have to get paid, $700 for 12. Right? But then maybe you start doing DIT. Now you're making $2 grand a day with equipment. Maybe you start being a first AC. Now you're working at maybe $1,200 a day with equipment. Then you start DPing and it goes even higher. As a sound mixer, did I tell you what I make? I did. I don't know if everybody was here for that, but it's $900 for 10. For a 12-hour day, it's around $1,300, $1,400. On top of that, there's equipment. It's at least $1,000. That's the minimum. When they offer me $1,000, which happens sometimes, they're apologizing for the equipment. They're like, I'm so sorry, this budget really sucks. I'm really sorry, but could you possibly do it for $1,000 for equipment, right? So that's $1,000 plus $900. That's for a 10-hour day. Often I'm doing a 12-hour day. I mean, I'm at already $2,300. $1,000 a day for equipment. Like the job I just did 2 days ago, it was $1,500. So, and we did a 10-hour day actually. We didn't even do a 12-hour day. So it was $900 plus $1,500. How much is that? It's like $2,500, $2,400. I'll take it. That's a lot of money in one day. Now you know the film industry pays real money. So you can tell your family that. They'll probably not believe you. They will probably go, that's way too much money. That can't be real. That can't be true. Well, you just saw the union contract, and if you want that link, you guys, I will send it to you. Just email me. We will send it to you, and then you can show them. Would that be good? Would you like that? Yeah? 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 It's real. You can't argue with that. That's a union contract. You know? Oh, yeah, there's no work in the film industry. You won't get anywhere. You're like, dude, I'm going after jobs in the film industry, and I got a way to do it, and I'm doing it. Watch me, watch my feet. That feels good. You're not trying anymore. Things have changed around here. That's right. I love that. Okay, now let's get into more stuff. Here we go. Jobs, entry-level jobs. Thank goodness we can get entry-level jobs. Why is that so amazing? Because that's how we meet everybody for the rest of our career. It's so awesome. 100 to 250 a day. Awesome. I did this. Everybody I know did this, did these jobs. I did these jobs. I wasn't agent assistant, but you can be. Producer assistant, I never did that job, but you can be. A ton of our people have done that job. Casting director assistant, a ton of our people have done that job, which is great if you're an actor. All these jobs, a ton of our people have done this job. Okay, so for actors, these are all awesome because it gets you relationships with your buyers. It gets you relationships with people for your team. All these people will refer you work. It's that 50-50-20 with all these people that you meet from these jobs. Make sense? For writers, very similar. Very similar. These jobs are not posted. You know why? Because everybody hires within. Again, got to get inside. So the jobs are not posted. And if they were, you would have gotten them already. So it's all this little secret thing happening. And you can learn how to get into this with this A-List system. And it's a process, and I will teach it to you. It's a system, and that means that it works really well. That's how all those people in the case studies have gotten this work. Jobs that get you inside, and again, they pay pretty well, $100 to $250 a day. For camera department, all these jobs. For any craft, hair, makeup, sound, stunts, special effects, editor, all these jobs, perfect to get relationships with people that will hire you. Because who hires editors? Let's just take editors for a second. Who hires editors? Producers and directors. Wow, well, what if you're on set? You got to remember, we're doing stuff that nobody else does. We're doing stuff that other people don't do. Ha ha ha, that's our secret. We do what other people don't do. Everybody is not thinking like this. We move fast, there's no rules. We're setting ourselves up with connections and people and relationships. Like that is what our focus is. And because of that, boom, boom, doors open, stuff happens. This is why we're moving so fast. This is why we're getting in such demand like this. Super exciting. Yes, and yeah, so these things are not posted because they don't want to go through tons of resumes, and you won't either. When you're in the business, you're gonna contact people that you already worked with, that you know that are good. You're not gonna go, oh, let me post and staff me up and go through 1,000 resumes of people that are gonna say, oh, I went to this film school and I took this class and I did this and I have this thing in this film festival and this. You're gonna be like, that's not what I'm looking for. You're gonna be like, hey, I just worked with you last week. You're amazing. Hey, do you want to work on this job? Just like what you saw Crystal did. You're going to do the same thing. So you're learning how to do the business. And so, by the way, so if you're an editor, who hires editors, producers, and directors? Everybody is knocking on the post-production. Everybody who's an editor, knocking on post-production. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, I just got out of film school. I'm an editor. I'll work for free. I'll work as an assistant. I'm looking for assistant. I just need to get my foot in the door. Can you hire me? The post-production houses, and this, I'm talking about editors, but this applies to everybody. It's the same kind of thing. And they're saying, well, we'll keep your resume on file. And you're like, and then no call, no call, no call. And then you take a job. Then you take a job outside the business, and you're like, yeah, it's really hard to get in the business. Yeah, people really want to keep you out. Yeah, maybe I'm not talented enough, which is bullshit, because you are. You just need to do the right thing. You can't do what other people do. So how should you do it? Tell me in the chat. Right, costume and wardrobe isn't even on that list that we showed. That's right, you're right. I got to put that on there. All crafts, there's a ton of crafts that are not even on that list. So what should you do? What should you do if you want to get inside and do do work that no one else wants to do? Well, not really. It's other work that people don't think of doing. They don't think like this. You know, they don't take a craft and go, hey, what other departments would make me really powerful in that craft? What people could really refer me work all over the place so everybody knows my name? How can I get relationships with all these people? People don't think like this. They're just like, I want a job. You know? And when you get what you think about, when you expand your approach, then everything happens differently. Yes, yes, you build relationships. You make relationships with producers and directors who go into that editorial house with you, by the way. You're like, hey, can I watch that thing get edited? And they're like, sure, come on, come with us. Of course you can come. You go to the editorial house, you sit down and you watch that thing that you were just a part of shooting. And then they introduce you to the editor. Oh, this is the editor. Oh, this is the executive producer for post-production. So nice to meet you. And you're like, actually, it's so great to be here to meet you guys. You guys are really good at what you do. I'm so excited to be able to see how this all comes together from your perspective, because I come from the production side, but I actually know editing. I studied editing, but you know, it's great to learn from you masters. Now, if you did that, you came from production. You're different than everybody else. Everybody else is knocking on the door. You came in with the people that hired them. And you know all the terms. You know why they made that shot. You know how they did that effect. You can talk about so much more than everybody else. This is what I'm talking about. You become more and it's easy. Is it work to become more? Is this like a whole lot more extra work? No, not really. It's just what you want to learn anyway. It's what you want to learn anyway. And you know what's hard, you guys? If you're looking at what's hard, to stay in a job that you hate, that's not what you love to do, and have years pass. That's hard. Lack of success, that's hard. Doing what it takes to become successful, that's not hard. That might be a little scary, but that's not hard. That's fun. That's good. That's what you should be doing. Definitely. Okay. Good. More stuff. All right. So, the board. Okay. The board. Go back to the board. People spend their time, now you've heard me say this many times, in a cycle of trying to get discovered. How do you know when you're trying to get discovered? Well, you're contacting people, look at my script, sending them your resume, working on going to film festivals and hoping that your stuff is good enough that somebody, but we don't really even know who, pays a notice and invites us to direct something where we get paid, but it doesn't happen because it doesn't really happen that way. Okay, so that's why it's not working. So here's what to do to make it work. You get in the tornado of production work, doing these jobs, doing these entry-level jobs. You meet everybody from these jobs. And these people will be your core group that are going to hire you for your niche. That's the way it works. That's the only way it works. It doesn't work any other way. And doing stuff when you're outside the business will not lead you to these niche jobs where the money is, which is where your heart sings. Here is going to be extremely exciting because you're working with people that you know will hire you for the rest of your career and refer you work, and you're learning from those people. It's your film school for free, except you're getting paid to be there. Awesome! Now, at the same time, especially if you're a director and if you're an actor, and if you're a writer, you must be doing this at the same time. Now, if you're none of those things and you're like, I just want an exciting life, which was me, by the way, then that's fine. You don't have to be doing these. But if you are an actor, a writer or a director, you want to be doing that at the same time. Why? Do you know why? Let me ask you, why? Why would you be doing this at the same time that you're working on all these sets? Why would you be doing acting on the side, maybe for free, while you're working on all these sets? Ah, that's right. Bamboo's got it. Yep. And the main thing, all of these things, you're absolutely all right. Also, you have great questions to ask these people. And you stick in their minds is that's who you are, right? You work as a director assistant. Oh, I'm acting in something this weekend. Oh, you're an actor. Oh, right, right. They link it in their mind. Then what happens? Refer you to that job. Yes, this gives you food for conversations so these people can refer you to the niche job. Boom, in a nutshell. Now you can see it visually. Notice, this does not lead to this. Doing your work on the outside does not lead you to the niche job. It never will, never did, and that was the problem that you've been having. And the problem that other people will have. All those people out there, coming out of film school, coming out of acting school, debt, so much debt. They're doing this on the outside. It will never work, which is why probably 98% of them, which is what I see from my estimation with all the emails I get, they will never get in the industry because they keep focusing on this. They're not doing our system. All right, but you can. You can. And by the way, I know you're like, okay, how much does A-list cost? I'm going to tell you. And anybody here can do it. Anybody here can do it. Because there's a payment plan and you can do it. I know. We're getting that very soon. Very, very soon. Okay. While you go through the system, you're learning how to become in demand as a freelancer. That's the whole point. And what to do to take your craft to an expert level. Remember, you don't just want to, I want to get a job in my craft. No, you want to become an expert at it, right? So that you can produce income doing what you love. That's the whole point. That's what you're going to be doing A-list. Okay, so here's what the framework is. Getting on professional sets. This is what you're going to be doing. This program is 8 months with a 10-month payment plan. It's 10 months, and I'm going to talk about how much it is and how you can pay for it very soon. But for now, absorb this, because this is what you'll be doing. And imagine yourself doing this. You're going to, you know how now you can't find the work, you can't find the people? You're going to find the companies, the people, the shows, with doing what we call a magic list. It's an A-list magic list. This is where everybody comes from, everybody that hires you. This is the professionals around you. You will find all these people. And this is where all your work comes from, this magic list. Now, it will not all come from there initially. It's going to come from different places. But you will have done the research on your area, on your niche. This is what I did, you guys. Remember when I was in Africa? I did a magic list. I didn't know it was a magic list because I didn't call it that at that time, but it was like a people list. And I researched the crap out of all these people. Guess what that did? It made me exceptional so that I had a lot to talk about. And nobody else is doing this. That's right. You're doing stuff that nobody else is doing, and I'll show you how to do it. Then you use my Get On Shoots method. Now, this is what you use when you have no experience. You're going to do this method to build experience. But you're not going to do it like everybody else does it. You're going to do it the A-list way. I'm going to give you an experience list. You're going to know exactly what to do on set. I'm going to show you how to find these shoots, and some of these shoots will be free initially. That's perfect. That means you can get your foot in the shot. You can fuck it up. You can tip over a C-stand. You can forget to roll. You can make all these mistakes, and you will. You're going to make mistakes. You want to do it when it doesn't cost you anything. So you're going to do this method, and you're going to build your experience. I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's going to lead to professional shoots, doing these paid entry-level jobs that I'm talking about. This will lead to that. Then you're going to use my email structure and language to get entry-level jobs again. So there's multiple things that are happening that are getting you these jobs. Of course, it would work that way. If it was so simple that it was just one thing, you would just do it and be in the industry. You know that this is something that you're building. You're building a frickin' career in a word-of-mouth business. This is how do you do it? Also, in part 1 of the framework, you get hired again by having the advantage of certain things that make you look good, like this experience list. And like this experience list tells you what to do. You just do it, and then you look good. This backpack has you super prepared, everything needed on set. Do you know what you need on set right now? Well, you're going to know soon, and you're going to have everything, and people are going to go, holy shit, you are so prepared. And they're going to hire you again, and they're going to refer you right off the bat. You're going to use my list of what to do and my videos of what to do in the office and on set so that you get asked back week after week, and you get referred because you're one of the good ones. You're going to learn how to follow up for solid work. Oh yeah, you're going to do this differently. When you work with professionals and you find out that they know other professionals, you're going to go, oh, I work with them too. I worked with them 2 weeks ago. And they're going to go, oh, now you just raised your status in their mind because you work with people that they work with. It implies that you work all the time, which you do. You're building this thing. Yes, when they make the decision about you, it's true. When you tell them, it's not true. When they make the decision about you, it's true. Remember that. I work on that show too. Or I just worked on that show. Or I just did a shoot at that beach. Or I just did a shoot at that building. It's awesome. That's how people get to the idea that you're in demand and that you're good. Right. These are little ninja strategies. Part 2 of the framework is connecting to the departments for your craft. You're going to learn get it factor. This is like, oh, that person gets it. Get it factor is, oh, that person gets it. And then they hire you. This is the terms. This is how you use the walkie. This is your resume, your emails, your texts. So you get the opportunity to work in the departments. Also, you get entry-level work in these departments so that you can build mentors for future work and also get referrals for this kind of work. How the whole industry works is we refer each other. Okay? I'll talk more about that later. Okay? Also in part 2 is you're vectoring into a second craft, especially if you're an actor or director. So remember, become more. Become more is the whole thing. If you want to become an actor, a director that stands out, you got to learn more and get more connected and become more. So a second craft, you can do acting and camera. You can do acting and writing, acting and sound, acting and wardrobe. You can do directing and production design, directing and DP, directing and sound, directing and first ADing, running the set. Then A-list negotiating, how to get your rates so that you increase your value. Right. Yeah, so again, we don't say, oh yeah, I'm good. What we do is we say everything is done very under the radar, you guys. This is what you have to learn because people are making their decision about you. So how you negotiate means that you're good. That's what they will think. They're like, oh wow, your rate is a little higher than most people. Huh, they must be good. Okay, they'll hire you. It'll elevate you in their mind just because you're like, well, this is my rate. And by the way, just learning this pays for this program, you guys. How to develop mentors in the departments to get referred work. By asking questions, by paying attention, by helping them out. This is what you're going to learn, how to do that really well so you get referred work and you create your team that you're going to have for the next 20 years. Part 3 is expanding your connections into your craft. Who to talk to and what to say. Right? So who to talk to for acting opportunities and what to say to get the acting opportunities, to get principal acting opportunities. So you want to get spec shoots, which means that these are shoots done by professionals, but they're lower budget or even freebie shoots. Those are gold. You will never find those right now. You'll never find them because this is all people working with people that are inside already, but they just happen to be free jobs because the director's moving up. We'll talk more about this, but this is stuff you'll never find until you're inside. They will put you in the film. Absolutely. Professional films, they know you, they know you're an actor, they'll put you right in it. You can be a spokesperson. If you want to become SAG eligible or get in the Actors Union, it happens so fast on set. People just know you, like, oh, you want to get in the Actors Union? They'll help you get in the Actors Union. That will be the least of your concerns. Agents now show up. Now that you're getting on set, getting paid principal roles, now the agents show up. And you know everybody. Again, when you know these people, you're working with them, you're at a different level, a different status level. You know people that the agents know. This is how you move fast. Who to talk to and what to say to get into all of the crafts. All the crafts. Wardrobe, hair, makeup. Who to talk to and what to say while you're on set to get into these crafts. How to build these relationships. How to negotiate your rate for a craft. Again, it's different than getting assistant jobs without looking like you're demanding. Okay? Who to talk to and what to say to get directing DP work. Well, yeah, you're planting seeds, getting second unit directing work, getting directing work for the web, getting directing work for behind the scenes. You can do all this stuff. Now you can see, oh, I never thought about that. That's right, because you have to get inside to know about all these things that are happening. You're going to use my 50-50-20 method for a lifetime of work in your craft. You're going to use this to get in, and you're going to use it to work throughout your entire lifetime. Where other people's careers may dwindle down, where they can't get enough work, you're going to have learned this from the beginning. You're going to work all the frickin' time for the rest of your career with this system. That's how valuable. This is worth millions of dollars to you, because just from a couple connections, that can be $1 million. People hire you again and again and refer you, millions. So you're going to use my connection system to move into your niche, also not only to move into your niche, but also into the area that you want to move into. For me, it was commercials. For you, it could be commercials, could be features, could be TV shows, could be music videos, could be music, could be post-production. Okay, so the A-list system, you need experience right now, you do the Get on Shoots method. You need professional work, you do the Magic List. How to pay for A-list? Paid professional work. People pay for this with work they get from the film industry. $3,000 a month is what you start off with. You build up to that, but that's still what it is, and then it goes to $10,000 a month. Month 3 is when this starts happening. Now don't worry, and by the way, this is good. You know why this is good? It takes a couple months to actually get this thing going. You know why that's good? 'Cause it's real! It's not bullshit! It's real! The real world, it takes time to build relationships in a word-of-mouth business. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm talking to you. I'm giving you a system that works to build your career in a word-of-mouth business. That's going to take time, but not even that much time. This is so fast. Month 3, how long have you been trying to make these relationships? By month 3, you're going to have enough where you're making money in the film and paid professional work. You've been trying for years. I know this. People have been trying for years, and it takes them 3 months, and they're like, okay, I guess that's fast. Oh yeah, that's fast. Now, before month 3, you can do other work that I'll show you how to get that can pay for this program. And I'll show you how to get that work. I'll talk about it soon. Or you can get overtime. Or you can do some extra jobs that you can get, like mowing lawns, like cleaning houses, like driving Uber, like driving Lyft, or driving DoorDash. Any kind of jobs. There's tons of jobs you haven't been even thinking about that you can do to just make extra money up until month 3, when the paid film work starts kicking in. How do you know the right people for your niche? Connect with Professionals Training. Want to move and start traveling around the world? You can. The film industry shoots all over the world. Get travel jobs. That's what they're called, travel jobs, working on location. We do have training for that. Want to get medical retirement career benefits? The Union Work Accelerator. You got to save your call sheets, save your paycheck stubs. There's very specific things with each of these that you need to know to do it fast. Want to work in 1 or 2 crafts at the same time? That's the connection system. So when you're on set as an actor, you're getting $1,000 a day. When you're on set working as a camera assistant, you're making $600-700 a day. Each time you're on set, it helps you with the other craft. That's the beauty of this. I hope that you heard me. If you do 2 crafts, especially acting or directing, with any other craft, the other craft they're helping each other, because you're on set, inside, having conversations for the other craft. Okay, you understand? People don't do this. They don't know about this. You're here to learn it. Then you go to the Thriving Career. This is what we're doing over time. Getting in the door initially, and then it's a system for getting into the niches. Just to compare it to what else other people do, acting class is easily $10,000. You take like 4 or 5 acting classes, that's $10,000. Okay, this is actually $497 a month, which is 2 jobs on set for 10 months. I'm gonna show you how it works, but wow, would you rather pay $10,000 or would you rather pay this and pay it off as you go? Oh yeah, this is so great, you guys. Film school is $105,000 and you come out and you make 0 in the film industry. 4-year college, $200,000 easily. This program, A-List system, pays for itself. And you know what? You never needed to do any of this stuff. You never needed any of it to work in the film industry and build this kind of career where you can make $100 grand your first year. You didn't need it. You don't need it. You just don't need it. The most important thing is learning how to get the work and moving up. That's all. That's it. And that's what you do in the A-List system. You do it. You don't just sit there and learn it. You frickin' do it. So this is 8 months, step-by-step training. I teach you through video, PDFs, training on set, okay? Then there's also the mastermind, which is probably one of the most beautiful things ever because you can get work from that mastermind and it's other people that are there that become your community. Lots of love there. Everybody's helping each other. People get together in all these cities all over the world, as well as at my house for parties that I have here. Okay, once you're A-List, you finish A-List, you're invited to my parties for the rest of my life and rest of our lives. And once you're in A-List, you come to my parties while you're in it. So you join now, in 1 month we have a party, you come, you're invited. And then weekly calls with me, just like this. We just did one this morning. Before this call, we did one. And these are A-List calls. Every week. I don't know if you know what's out there, but there is nothing like this out there where somebody is actually helping you over time. Because it's bullshit, you guys, to take a class and come out of the class and now you're like, okay, that was great. And I attended all these phone calls. It was a 5-week class. And now what do? Now I'm feeling like I'm back. I don't even know what to do. No, this is not that. This is me helping you where it really counts. This is a lot more work. This is a lot more responsibility that I have. I'm actually, in a way, responsible for you quitting your career, uprooting your family, moving to a new place, completely changing your life, guided by me over the time that you'd actually be doing it. Everything takes time. It doesn't happen in 1 month. Everything takes time over like 6 months. I'm there with you the whole 6 months. We are living together. We are sharing this life together over actually 10 months or more. It actually will go beyond that if you want to. I'm in touch with people ever since I started this. The initial group, they're still over. Andrew was just here. AJ was just here with his boyfriend. And now I've seen 2 boyfriends now. This is a second boyfriend. I think this boyfriend's going to stick, which I'm so happy about. But yeah, we become family. So that's what I wanted. That's always what I wanted, you know? I don't need to even do this. Obviously, I've got the career in the film industry. I could just do that. That's giving me all this stuff. But once I started this, I was like, this is what I love. I love to work with people and help them in their lives. And I love to have this group of people all over the world. It's just a beautiful thing. Okay, so here's the 2 plans. You can do it as gold. You could do it as platinum. And you can sign up today if you want to at friendsandfilm.com/industry. Gold, it's $497 a month for 10 months, okay? This is a payment plan. It's not a membership. You don't learn how to actually get work in the film industry with a membership. You learn with a program that's getting you frickin' in the film industry working, okay? I'm taking a lot of this information, I'm putting it in the front so that you get working right away. And then I trust that people pay me for it, okay? I'm not gonna go after you. I don't go after anybody. This is a relationship trust situation, and people make these payments, okay? So it's a payment plan. So don't do it if you're like, oh, I'm just going to treat this like a membership and take what I can get and then not pay for it, okay? I want people that are committed. And plus, you can easily pay for this. Are you kidding me? This is easy because the whole program is showing you how to make money in the film industry. 2 days on set. You should be doing 15 days on set. 2 to 3 days on set in a month. You've got 30 days in a month. You work 2 to 3 days on set. And that easily makes it easy to pay for that monthly payment. But you should be doing 10 days on set or more. So that's $2,000 to $3,000. So then you're making money. And that's how you start paying off that debt that you have. Okay? You can put this on a credit card. You can borrow from somebody. You can get a new credit card and put it on there. I don't believe in debt, but something like this that's showing you how to get the work right away, which is what you want to do, you're going to pay this off so freaking fast. I have people that pay it off by month 2. Jocelyn, who's inside the program, you can talk to her. She paid it off in 2 months. The whole thing, everything. She just paid it all off. From where'd you get that money? From the film industry, from what I'm teaching her, from what I'm teaching you. It's money. What you're learning is money. The fastest way to the money in the film industry. That's what you're learning. It's the A-list system, and it works. You can see all these people have done it. You can talk to them personally. They're in Yammer, and they're in the A-list group, and you can talk to them. You know, they will become your future friends. You will know Goran. You will know Isabel. You will know Crystal. Okay? That's 2 days of the set, 2 days a month working on set. Once you've paid it off, you have these modules for life. That's awesome. And then after the 10 months, you can continue with us for years if you want to, but it's optional. $99 a month as long as you need it. People stay for years. There are a lot of people today that I've known for years, because after you're in these crafts, then your career doesn't stop. It continues to grow. You've got different questions, different things happening. You've got people wanting you for the same day, different opportunities coming in. Oh, you need to negotiate that. You want mentoring from me. And for $99 a month, by that time you're making $5,000, $6,000 a month or more. $99 a month is nothing for professional guidance from somebody that this is what they do. This is what they specialize in. And that's me, by the way. So you can do it as gold, you can do it as platinum. By the way, before I get to that, it's $600 off if you want to pay it in full. So what you should do is you just go to friendsandfilm.com/industry, select gold or platinum, make the first payment. Okay, so do the payment plan, make the first payment, then email me and say, hey Janet, I want the pay in full discount. Then we will contact you and charge you for the difference. And then you'll get the big discount and you pay it off in full. Then you don't have the payments for 10 months. You just, after 10 months, then you have the $99 a month. But that's optional, okay? Good, got it. Okay, now let's talk about platinum. Platinum is only $100 more a month. All right, but with platinum, some people want a higher level of access to me. They want me to look over their resumes. They want me to look over their emails. They want me to get involved in situations. There's a lot of things. As you get in there and you start getting on all these sets, there's going to be stuff that's going to come up. This person put me on hold, but then this job came in, and this one's going to give me this opportunity, and what should I do, and how should I say this, and how should I respond? That's platinum stuff, because I got to dig in there. Okay, when did you meet them? What do they do? I got to unravel and find out what is actually going on. That's platinum. So if you can afford it, do platinum. If you can't afford it, if you can barely make gold happen, just do gold. But the most important thing is do it. So $100 more only per month for 10 months. That's only 2.5 days a month working on set. Once you've paid it off, you have the modules for life. Same thing. Again, the optional mentorship is $99 a month as long as you need it. Here's where you can go right now if you're ready to join us. And I invite you to join us today, right now. Get the training, get the modules, get ready for our Sunday call. Get it now so you can get ready for our Sunday call. If you know that this is what you want with your life, then do it now, today. I'll be watching you. And I'm going to give you bonuses also for signing up and taking quick action. And I'll talk about those bonuses very soon. But the platinum, we have a big pay in full discount, $1,000 off if you want to pay in full. So this makes it kind of similar to gold if you can pay it off in full. Now, if you can't, if you really can't, money is super tight, then don't worry about it. Just do the payment plan. It's a beautiful thing. You could pay this off as you go, you know, meaning you need to make your payments on time. But this is all about making money. Everything that I am teaching you will show you how to make money out there in the world, okay? When you're making money, that's the real deal. When you're working for free, it's not the real deal. You're wasting your time. When you're making money, being paid by people for what you know, then that's the real deal. So, gold or platinum? Can you go from gold to platinum? You can, but you got to pay the difference between gold and platinum at that time. You might as well start from platinum right away if you know that you want to. But if you can barely afford this at this moment, then just do gold and do the payment plan. If you can pay it off in full, go for platinum, because then you get the biggest discount. Okay, of course there's a money back guarantee. Okay, 14 days. You know why it's 14 days? Because after that, we are on our frickin' way. And people that don't stay with us, they are not going to get our methods. No way, no way, no way. This is for us. Okay, so, but still, it feels good. Like it gets you over the hump of like, oh, I'm just so nervous about this. Because, you know, what if I do this? And I don't know. Okay, so this is what you have, 14-day money-back guarantee. You can sign up, you can get Magic List, you can get on our calls, you can get in the mastermind, you can really see what this is. And if you're like, oh, just not for me, I'll give you your money back. No problem. No problem. Now, that's very rare that people do that, because people are like, holy shit, there's no way I'm not going to do this. They're just like a shark in a feeding frenzy once they get in this. They're like, oh yeah, I'm hungry, I want to do this. Now, those are the people I really want in this program. Those are the kind of people I want to have lifelong relationships with. So if you're committed and you're like, I'm freaking doing this. This is who I am. I've been waiting for this all my life. I didn't know about it, but now I'm doing this. Good. You're my people. I'm your people. Let's go. Okay, so here it is, friendsoffilm.com/industry. We're closing on Friday, because then we'll start with our new group on Sunday. This group of people that you're with now, I would love you all to be together and join it and go. We will all be getting to know each other really well in a whole different way inside A-List. The first call is on Sunday. Okay, so if you can sign up today, if you already have, that's awesome. Join us and get the first module and start getting going. And then you'll be ready for Sunday. Okay, so let's see. Oh, here are our people working on set. There are mentors. There we go. Okay, bonuses for the first 30 people. And this is really only for people that are like, oh, I've got money issues. Okay. This is a way for you to easily pay for the first couple months before the film work starts kicking in. And that's doing brand ambassador work. This is a beautiful freelance job that anybody can do. It has nothing to do with modeling. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just handing out samples of stuff like Coke, Pepsi. In fact, AJ was just here. He's got his own agency. He will even hire you. He works all over the world. Now, it's not guaranteed that he's going to have a job where you are at, but we will show you how to get this work, you guys. And you can make great money. These jobs pay like $150, $175 a day, and you might only work like 4 hours. It's very high paid work, and it's easy to get. All you got to do is smile. Okay, brand ambassador side hustle. You can make $600 in a week so easy. $600 in a week? Well, that's awesome. You just paid for that month. So you can easily do this. I know people that are in our A-List program, they've paid for the whole program just with this work, and they never had done it before. So if you are a nurse, if you are a doctor, if you know, you can do this work on the side. We've had dentists do this. You can do it on the side, and it just extra money, easy money. Okay? And if you don't want to do this work, then you don't have to. It's a great frickin' bonus because it works beautifully with this program. Now what happens is once you get the film work going, which is the whole point, you just start turning down these jobs. And that's awesome. Again, it's awesome. You get work, you just turn it down. Now you might hit like a week where you don't have work in the film industry. Just no jobs came in that week. You call up your contacts and then you work. It's a beautiful thing. I love this. And AJ is our man, and he teaches this, and we've got it all. This is totally wired. For the first 10 people that join us today, you get your own personal coach to help you implement this. That's nice. That's awesome. Okay, so that's for the first 10 people. So if you can join us right now, today, then you will get this bonus. First 30 people, get this bonus. And then we have another bonus. This is how to write off everything related to film. Now, this is something that is money right now. Would everybody like to know how to make like $6,000 so you can buy a new car this year? Okay, you're eligible for it. Even if you don't even do this frickin' program, you guys, you are eligible for all of these write-offs that you're not taking now. You can write off your cell phone service every month. $100, you write it off. Whatever it is, you write it off, okay? You can write off any equipment you buy for the film industry. You can write off your website. You can write off, and equipment, jeez, I had like $17,000 in equipment. I mean, every year I've got like 20 grand in equipment. I write it off. That comes off my income. And you know what? If I work in a call center, or if you work, any job you do, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a phlebotomist, you're a banker, okay? All that income, you're getting killed on taxes. You're paying 30% taxes. You need a side job that's freelance. You know why? Because all of that stuff you can write off against that freelance business, against your income as the whatever it is you're doing. It all goes on the same tax return. When you are freelance, you are running your own business. You guys are all independent contractors and you're eligible for all these write-offs. And I'll show you the write-offs and you can start writing the stuff off. All the classes you take are write-offs. This class itself is a write-off. It's education. Getting your taxes done, that's a write-off. Now, it's different in all these countries, but it's the same. When you have a business, you have write-offs. That's why businesses have losses the first couple of years. You are all your own business. I am my own business. I'm an independent contractor. So are you. That's the status of all of us that work in the film industry. Same thing with the promotional modeling, your brand ambassador work. You're freelance. You can write off your phone. You can write off your computer. You can write off your Wi-Fi at home. You're invoicing. You're getting your work through the phone. You're getting your work through the computer. You got to buy stuff for your computer, a charger. That's a write-off. All that stuff is write-off. All this stuff can add up to be like 10 grand in a year. And that can give you a couple $1,000s that you didn't have, like buy a car with that. Or buy half a car with that, depending on your taste in cars. Okay? Oops, I went past that one. For the actors, the casting director internship. This is delivered in month 3, and the reason why is because it works beautifully for the A-list system. When you're on all these sets, these professional sets, that's when the casting directors are like, oh, hello, I'd love for you to work in my office. Before that, you're just like a number with all the other actors that want a casting director internship. It works because you've done more in our A-list program. That's why this works. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's what to do next. Join A-list now. There it is. There's the website. Choose Gold or Platinum. Get Module 1 right away. You'll get it today. You can start going through it now, learning. Get the invite into our first call for Sunday. That's going to come on Friday. You'll get the invite into the A-list Yammer group on Friday. So I invite you to join me in A-list now. Yes! I invite you. We have been together. We've been on this journey. Now you know everything. Now you're pumped up. You're ready to go. You found the solution. Now it's time to jump and do it. You can do it. This is not difficult. This is easy. You just do it, apply. I know you still are like, but how are all these things, how are all these methods? I know you want certainty and know how you want to see the future. So did I. But that's the thing. This is a word-of-mouth freelance business that you're getting into. I have a system that works for that, and it's going to be different for everybody. But you're going to apply this system, and things are going to happen that you will never know, and you cannot predict. I could not predict that the National Geographic jobs would win me the Emmy, that would get me into commercials, that would help me, and I could not predict all of the people in the way that it all worked out. You will not be able to, but when you're doing the right things, the good things happen. Okay, so just know you're doing only what works perfectly to get you work in the film industry, in this craft that you want to do. You're not wasting any time learning theory. You're not wasting any time doing anything else that does not matter. It's all about the work. All about the relationships. That's all you're doing. It's all you're spending your time on. Everything else can be learned on set. So I invite you to join me and do this with me. It's what you're going to be doing. Most important thing to you, which is why you're on every single call, you guys. Okay? Great. Well. Oh, writing off? Somebody said, I don't understand the word write-off. That's when you write off against your taxes stuff that you are spending money on related to the business. You can write it off. It comes straight off your income. Write-offs. Okay. And, all right, I think we're going to end the call now. Now, if you have specific questions, because I know there are some great questions in here in the chat, but we've also been on for 2 hours. Can you email me these questions? Okay, just take them. Remember what they are, because once we end the call, the chat is gone. You know what your question is, and maybe you can even articulate it and explain to me your situation a little bit more, or whatever it is that you want to explain to me. I'm going to be going to this class now. My email. Don't you have a million emails from me? Just take an email that you got, because that's how you found out about this, probably. info@friendsandfilm.com, and email me. But what you should really do is join us. Just get going. I find that a lot of times the emails are like, yeah, but my situation, and it's always the same answer. Get in the business, believe in yourself, and let's do this. All these answers, all these questions and concerns you have right now are because you're not in the business working, and all these things are going to evaporate. They're going to go away. You won't even remember the concerns you have right now. You know, a lot of it will be probably some money concerns, or when is this going to happen concerns, or I have a vacation coming up, and things like that. The answer will always be, what do you want? What do you want? What's the most important thing to you? If it's the film industry and creating this craft, well, there's your answer. And $4.97, like, you can drive Uber 3 days and you got the money. You can babysit for 3 days, 4 days, you got the money. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. You can clean houses for 3 days, you got the money. So, and you got 30 days in a month. I know you got your job, add more to it. You can do it. I know you can do it, because you want this really bad. And you found the solution. So, you know, it's a great thing that you stumble across something that gets you the work. You know, you don't have to waste any more time taking classes that give you nothing. And I hope you understand that when you do this program, you're getting into the film industry, the professional film industry, while you're in the program. I hope you understand that is what you're doing. If you don't want to work in the film industry, then don't do this program. Some people seem to think that they just take a bunch of classes because that's what they're used to. And then maybe something happens. No, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to learn this and you're going to do it in the real world. Learn something and do it in the world. You are going to get into the film industry, working, making money. The paid professional business is all I care about. That's all you're going to hear about. That's all you're going to do. And you're going to learn being there to get into these crafts. The fastest way. You don't have to take 5 years to get principal acting roles, or 10 years. You don't have to take that long you don't have to worry about how to show your scripts to people anymore. You're going to have all these connections everywhere. You're going to be inside a professional. So it's a whole nother ballgame. Okay? Yes! Exciting! All right, you guys. Oh yeah, well, there's a ways around any challenge, any situation that comes up, that's nothing. You can take care of it. You can do it. You can find a way. Are you kidding me? You want to work in the film industry? Okay? You're going to be solving problems all the time in the film sets. Okay? So, solving problems in a life that you're already familiar with, ways to make extra money, you could do that. Of course, you're going to be doing that plus much more in the film industry. So let's get going right now. Let's get going right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can catch up on all the A-list calls. They're all out there. Everything's recorded. Yes, yes, yes. Email me with anything you have. Christina and Greg are there, and I'm there. I watch every single email that comes through. I cannot answer every email. I'm on set all the time. But they're answering them. I'm looking at them. I'm like, I'm like your auntie. I'm watching over you guys like your auntie. Okay, so that, especially when we get in the A-list program, then I am on it. I am on you. So you better like me. Because you're going to be seeing a lot of me. Okay. All right, so great. I will look for you. Bye, everybody. See ya. Have a great day. Okay, bye. Bye.